When light enters the eye, it first passes through a transparent structure called the cornea. This causes the light to bend or refract by a fixed amount. Actually, most of the focusing that occurs within the eye occurs in the cornea. Light then passes through a small aperture called the pupil. The pupil size is under the control of the iris. The iris is a muscular structure at the front of the eye which gives our eyes their colour. The pupil size varies in response to numerous factors, such as the total amount of light entering the eye. When there's a lot of light, it tends to contract. When there's very little light, it dilates. But it's also under control of higher level factors, including cognition and arousal. After passing through the pupil, the light is then further refracted by the lens. Changing the shape of your lens is known as accommodation. Accommodation has the effect of bringing objects located at different distances from the observer, that is from you, into focus. The retina is a network of cells that covers the inside back of the eye. It includes the photoreceptors and the so-called post-receptoral neurons. They are the horizontal, the bipolar, the amacrine and the ganglion cells. In this lecture, we're going to focus on the ganglion cells. Each eye's retina contains a small region known as the fovea. When we look at an object, that is to say, when we fixate upon it, we invariably place that image onto our fovea. Turns out that this is because the fovea is the region of the retina which affords us the highest spatial resolution. Now, the fovea represents only a tiny fraction of the total visual field, less than about 5%. The other 95%, which is the area beyond the fovea, is called peripheral vision. The further away a proximal stimulus image is from fixation, the larger it will need to be to appear equally focused as the same object presented at fixation. This demonstrates peripheral vision's relatively poor spatial resolution. Interestingly, even though visual resolution varies quite dramatically across the visual field, one doesn't generally feel as though peripheral vision is out of focus, but it is. You can easily demonstrate this for yourself. Try looking at a specific object, such as one of the letters on this slide. While you're doing this, try to identify an object or word in your peripheral vision. If it's a relatively small object, you'll probably struggle. So, why does peripheral vision afford poorer resolution than central vision? To answer this question, we must first look at the photoreceptors.